What's going on, guys? Garrett here with the Carbon Edge Commentators. I'm sorry it's been so long since my last video. Hopefully we'll get things moving here as we head into the holiday season and I'll have some more free time. My latest acquisition is the Spiderco Dodo, which I have enjoyed carrying. To get the specs out of the way, it has an overall length of 6.125 inches, a blade length of 2.063 inches, cutting edge of 1.75 inches, blade thickness 0.125 inches. The blade material is CPM S30V. It is hollow ground, and the style is modified hawkbill. It has a satin finish, as you can see, and you can also see the carbon fiber scales. So this is the carbon fiber sprint run. And I just want to say, it is amazingly light. There are no liners, and obviously that motivates the ceramic ball bearing locking system, which I have liked. This is my first real experience with a Spiderco ball bearing locking system. Anything else like this is usually just an axis lock for me. And while it is harder to disengage than axis lock, I think it looks pretty cool. The ceramic ball does rotate in here, so you're not just grinding the steel off of your blade when you open it up, and the action is very smooth. Easy to engage every time when you're opening with one hand. It's a little tough to get with this. That's not so much a flicker because the detent is pretty strong right here, but it is still a wonderful EDC. The real selling points of this knife, I think, are the ergonomics, which are fantastic. This choil is made to really grip, and the designer of the knife said that it's made for fine cutting, so there's no jimping here, or anywhere really. But I think your thumb is supposed to fall right here for some nice fine cutting with the hawkbill, and it's amazingly sharp, so I think it will get the job done. I haven't yet sharpened it. It looks like a pain, but I don't think I'll have too much of a trouble getting it back to shaving sharp. As a comparison, I have a Delica 4 here, and as you can see, the blade on the Dodo is almost half the size as the Delica, but the handle is quite a bit bigger in the width and even a little bit longer. But like I said, this is pretty much made for ergonomics. This is a cheaper alternative. It will get the job done. There are videos of people cutting down trees. It's a handy little knife. Anyway, I think a more apt comparison would be the Zulu here, partly because the blade shape is a little different than you're used to seeing, as well as the handle material, although obviously this is just a little liner lock. It costs about half as much. Although I will say that the fit and finish is not a lot better on the Dodo, which I was kind of disappointed at. You spend about $200, you expect to get a really nice knife, everything perfectly executed, like the Techno here, manufactured in Taichung though. This unfortunately, well, maybe not unfortunately, but this is manufactured in Golden, Colorado, and there must be something with the manufacturing system they have there because the grinds never seem to end up being symmetrical. My Paramilitary 2 and my Manix both have this weird sort of indented right side here, and that's usually something I look for when I get a higher-end knife. I really like my grinds to be symmetrical, like the Techno here. As you can see, they are perfect. And they are similarly sized, that they're about the same price, so I was a little disappointed, like I said, but it's still a great knife. It's discontinued now, so harder to get your hands on one. There's no lanyard hole, unfortunately, although it's not hard to get out of your pocket. The ergonomics are wonderful. It's not like I'd need anything extra to grip like I do on the Techno. And the pocket clip is only reversible tip up, which is not a problem. I personally like tip up. And I really like the wire clip because it's pretty low profile. You can see that there's not a lot sticking out of your pocket either when you carry this because it comes to a point here. So overall, it's definitely an EDC knife. I don't use my knives much more than preparing food, cutting boxes. If I'm going camping or something, it's not going to be a Spiderco that I take per se, maybe for camp stuff, but it's usually going to be a fixed blade, so I like to have smaller ones around so you don't freak anyone out when you pull this out in the middle of the street. Not that I'm going to do that anyway, but it's still nice to have smaller knives if you travel to a country that has some crazy knife laws about, 1 inch, which unfortunately this doesn't qualify, but you get the idea. Anyway, I recommend this guy if you can find one. They're certainly not cheap, but overall, I think it's worth it. Definitely a collector's item. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and I will see you next time.